Good morning. It is Monday, the 2nd of September. And just waking up here at Happy Bay. Happy Bay on Long Island. And this is the resort that I've just been anchored off of. It's no longer used. I could see there's little roped flags around it. There was a light there, so somebody's got the nice job of probably living there and keeping an eye on it. Anyway, this is what they get to look at. So, came through the Narrows yesterday, ended up here at Happy Bay, and that's looking back to Shute Harbour, S-H-U-T-E Harbour, and looking north. Oh, the chopper's already going. And these are my neighbours, South Mole Island. Yeah, beautiful morning. Yeah, just watching a vehicle carrier in the distance there. You'll have basically a grocery truck on board, the whole Pantechnicon or whatever you want to call them, articulated lorry. And they basically just roll into places like Daydream Island, which is what I'm looking at now. Maybe that's where he's going. But yeah, they just roll the truck off, back it into the supermarket or whatever, where they are, or grocery shop or whatever. Unload, drive back on the boat, and off they go, which is quite efficient, really, because there's no loading and unloading, as far as on the boat is concerned. Actually, it looks like they're going to come around the south of South Mole Island, so maybe it's going to Hamilton Island. Leaving behind the Narrows from yesterday, and Happy Bay. Happy Bay was happy. I'm the last one away, actually. But of course, they're all charter boats mainly coming out for their first day. And this is quite a normal stop off for people, so they can get at least away after they have their briefing and be somewhat on the way. I'm going to go and see if I can do a flyby at Shute Harbour, or a sail-by, not a drive-by. Anyway, the wind's in our favour. The tide probably not quite so much, but that's okay. I might skirt behind the islands at Shute Harbour, if that's possible. Looks like it should be. And then I'm going to head out. Yeah, I might even go around the south of South Mole. Haven't done that yet. And head out to Stonehaven. Anyway, beautiful day again. Bit more of a breeze than yesterday, which is nice. We needed it. Especially if we're going to be fighting the tide for some of the day. But yeah, Queensland, eh? Beautiful one day, perfect the next. They came up with that, not me. Oh, look at this. Oh my God. I didn't realise I was crossing their path that closely. Morning, fellas. This is really close. They'd be 20 metres away, and I did not go towards them. They just popped up in front of me. So, no harm, no foul. Oh, look at that. Mother and baby. Just going past, Mom. It's okay. Ooh, turning towards me. Little baby there. Oh wow, awesome. Yeah, just having a bit of a laze there. Maybe baby's still quite young, so yeah, pretty small. Beautiful. And we're just going along the mainland at the moment. This is Stripe Point on our way to Shute Harbour. That is Shute Harbour over there. And the islands, there are 3 islands there. One's called Repair Island, Tancred, and Shute Island. That's from left to right. Not quite sure what that rock out there is. we'll try and pass behind those islands so we can get a look into Shute Harbour itself. I've never been there, so we've got to go and check it out. That's Daydream, and yeah, I just heard somebody on the radio saying they were slowing down to look at a whale as well, so there are plenty about still, plenty about. As we get near Shute Harbour, we take on the harbour pilot here, our little welcome swallow, if I can keep him in frame. He's so cute. Just coming more into Shute Harbour, into this bay, just trying to isolate the markers to follow. Apparently it's quite a narrow entrance from this side. There are some markers which I think are I think I've got it now, along the shore there pretty much, so that's the deeper part of the actual the harbour. So far I can't see there's a hell of a lot here, but yeah, don't let that sway your opinion. There's probably stuff hidden behind the islands here. Getting more amongst them now. Wind's died off a little bit. Still doing about 3 knots, so probably losing a bit of the counter tide effect. But yeah, just skirting the mainland. And you're just coming into Rupert Inlet of Shute Harbour, and you can see the green marker up there, so we'll need to take that to our right or to starboard. And just looking further into the bay now. There's a sort of boat mooring area obviously, so we're skirting around the edge of that. That's a serious looking buoy there. Oh, maybe it was that vehicle carrier actually. I think that's maybe where they leave it overnight, because I did see one there when I got up this morning. Okay, this is the anti-bird wire. Works really well. I don't mind these guys though. It's the seagulls that I don't really want up there. Okay, coming up on the first green channel marker, of course, we remember green is starboard. So coming into a harbour, you always keep these to starboard or to your right. Looks like I'm going with the tide actually, the way the waves are washing onto that. So that's good news. You never know what to expect in these little sort of side bays and harbours, how they actually are affected by the tide. So far so good. Okay, so I've got to follow them around these boats, and yeah, we're now getting in amongst the island. Repair, I don't think we need any, hopefully, none that we know about, so we'll just pass that one. And there's a vehicle carrier out there, obviously he'd done the delivery and he's bringing the truck back. That's the port marker, bird on there, I think it's a booby. Yeah, so obviously keep those to the left and these ones to the right. So far so good. It's interesting if they're going to switch over when I get halfway along, because of course then I'll be going out of the harbour again. So yeah, I believe everywhere in the world except for the US they have this arrangement. I think the US is the other way around, of course. That would be right, wouldn't it? Okay, so we're right getting into Shute Harbour now, behind the islands. I'll probably have to motor sail out of here again, but that's okay. I can say I've seen it if anybody asks. Yeah, little spot, bending our way through still. There's the vehicle carrier there coming in. He's got his ramp down already. From here it's a wonder it's not scooping up water, but anyway, I'm sure it isn't. Oh, he wouldn't be doing it. There we go, that's better without the stays in the way. Shrouds, should I say. So we're basically doing a semicircle, coming in, and then we're going to head out back this way and see where that brings us exactly. That was a nice looking boat, and it's day. Seagull home now. Yeah, looks like another vehicle carrier there, and a ramp next to him as well. So there's obviously a few of them doing the trade, going out to the various islands, Daydream, Hamilton, bringing out supplies and the like. And vehicles, if they need to do maintenance or anything like that, they might need to bring work vehicles out. But you can see on this one here, it's actually got a full truck on it. And that truck basically, for example, has probably been to Hamilton Island. The truck just is taken off, drives about 50 metres, backs into the IGA supermarket there, unloads, drives back onto the ferry, and off they go. So, yeah, pretty efficient system, really. Looks like the ferry wharf here. Cruises, obviously, big jumping off point. Shute Harbour, Airlie Beach, which is really on the other side of this peninsula. A major sort of Whitsunday arrival areas. So, jumping off points to go to the islands. So, I thought there would be more of a town here, but maybe it is elsewhere away from the water, strangely enough. Looks like a fancy building for something. Probably to do with all the yachts and boat business going on here. No doubt they pick up yacht charters there as well. Just saw a bunch of catamarans. There's one over there and another one there. One coming in, so maybe they're doing the sad walk back or sail back to the dock. And there's two that have just gone out the channel, which are probably happy and going out on their new adventure. And there's the old tugboat. Just motor sailing out of here now. The wind is a little bit on the nose. I don't mean it smells. Yeah, so the back of the island, Shute Island. What did I say there? 10 something or other. Terrible names. And Repair Island. I did remember that one, that's for sure. Looking back through there, now that's interesting. Maybe the resort we were anchored at, actually. Well, it looks a lot bigger from here, between the islands. So yeah. It's through there. Anyway. Motoring out through the channel, and I'll decide whether the wind will allow us to go south around South Mole, or whether we go up and go through Unsafe Passage again. Okay. We're being shot out of here quite well. Doing about 5 knots, idling along and heading back out the channel. So let's see what the wind does. But it seems to pretty well indicate going through Unsafe Passage at this time. But yeah, it's quite pretty through here. All these people living on this hill, amazing views, big palm trees. So they're doing it right. Just killing the unwary with falling coconuts, that's all. But hey, occupational hazard, right? Okay, so you can see the water here. It's quite confused. Tidal rip coming through. We're now doing 6 knots. So we're certainly getting a tidal assistance coming out. Okay, leaving it all behind. That is Shute Harbour. Yeah, nice to have seen it. Nice. Okay, so we just exited the harbour channel. Now you can see here there's some rocks in the middle here, and they're bordered basically by 4 markers. Okay, so basically if you look at the top of them, it'll indicate on what side of the obstruction the marker actually is, if I can hold the camera still. And now you can't see it against the background, so I'll go to one of the other ones. Okay, so you can see there's 2 cones on top pointing up and down. That indicates that that marker is on the east side of the obstruction. Cones pointing towards each other are indicating that it's on the west side of the obstruction. Okay, so if you come up against that and you don't see any others, at least you know what side of the obstruction you're on. North marker is basically pointing upwards. 2 cones pointing upwards means I'm on the north side of some stuff that you want to stay away from. And looking down south, hang on, wait. There it is. Obviously, not obviously, but the south one are 2 cones pointing down. Okay, so 4 cardinal markers. to indicate those rocks. And here we are back on the open water of Mole Channel. Yeah, that's where I started this morning. Up there, that resort looks a lot bigger from a distance, actually. And it was up close. So that's the top of Long Island. Then looking across there, that would be Lindeman, I'm guessing. And now crossing Mole Channel, South Mole Island, Mid Mole, North Mole, and in front of it here is Daydream Island. Yeah. So we're going to go through. I've decided, the wind has decided that we're going through Unsafe Passage. So you can see the little gap there. In fact, there's two gaps. One's the sandbar, of course. The one to the left is the one we want. Unsafe Passage, and beyond that, Hook Island, where I intend to go to today. And here we go past Daydream Island again. I say again, in a previous video, I came through here. At that time, we were dodging not a storm cell, a rain cell, that passed through here, but we managed to skirt it. And that's the sandy isthmus between South Mole and Mid Mole, and of course our heading will be through there, Unsafe Passage. Yes, I did hear some radio calls. It looks like there's another cruise ship sitting at Airlie Beach. There we go. Okay, so there are going to be people about, but not on their own boats, so that's okay. Yeah, it was about a week ago since I was here, so I have done this before, but that's Beyond Cop. And the Horn, great lookout apparently, which I hope to get to at some point. Yeah, I'm waiting on my new tender to be delivered, so I can't actually go ashore anywhere at the moment, but that's okay. Bower Bay on the other side of the sand spit. Yeah, do not try and sail across there. Book says so. You can see some masts over there, people in Bower Bay. Looks like there's a little hut on the beach there as well. Maybe that's where the South Mole resort was. Mid Mole and Unsafe Passage. Looks like there's a catamaran just come out of there basically. So yeah, Bluebird Day still. And cruise ship down there in Pioneer Bay off Airlie. And Daydream Island is just daydreaming along. And back at Airlie Beach, which we sailed through a few minutes ago. Well, probably a bit longer than that now. But yeah, time stands still when you're having fun, right? Look at the colour of the water, even out here. It's just amazing. Okay, so we're picking up a bit of wind now from the other side through the isthmus. Yeah, just going through nicely now, sitting on nearly 5 knots. So hopefully it'll shoot us out the other side, and then we can cross Whitsunday Passage. So, looking in the distance there, I'm trying to make out what islands they are. Yeah, okay. So the one with the lumpy bit on the right, that's actually Whitsunday Cairn. Okay, so where those two overlap is Hook Passage, which we went through a few days back. If you look back at the video of last Friday, maybe, yeah, 30th of August. So hang on, just correcting. Yeah, so anyway, we will sail across there, but further to the north. So we'll have a nice open view of the mainland and everything. Yeah, and that's looking north. And we're slipping through Unsafe Passage here. A beautiful little coloured piece of water there next to the rocks. Will be unsafe to swim, I'd say, because the channel would be having a serious rip going through. Anyway, Red Buoy, opposites now. So we're actually heading out of or away from the harbour or land. Therefore, we're having the red one on our right. Okay, if we were coming in, obviously, not obviously, but if we're coming in, the red would be on our left, and that green over there would be on our right. So we know we're exiting rather than entering the harbour or whatever piece of water this is. Bit of tidal turbulence coming up here. And let's see what that does. Yeah, it's turning us slowly, but not much. But yeah, as you can see, we're shooting out here quite quickly. So, dong! And into Bower Bay. Shute Harbour over there with Shute Island with that sail in front of it. That sail, not that one. Yes, opening up the vista now. Okay, so we're heading down that way. That's Hayman Island, and that'll be our view basically, as it was a few days back. Yeah, so should be a good place to sit out a stronger wind while I wait while my tender gets delivered to Airlie Beach. Okay, so we're fighting the tide a bit now. We've just dropped down to 2.5 knots, even though it sounds like we're ploughing through the water quite well. The water's going the other way. So, looking back, catamaran's blocking the cruise ship. Mount Makara, that's overlooking Airlie Beach. Daydream Island, and Shute Harbour. There we go. And now the resort basically at South Mole. Just coming into view now, Bower Bay. Yes, I will come back here at some point, I think. Let's see how it goes though. Just crossing Whitsunday Channel now. And we've got a nice full sails on a broad reach, which I think anybody would agree is the best point of sailing. Now, I just want people to have a look carefully and just tell me what's wrong with this picture. Okay, just tell me what's wrong. There we go. Unsafe Passage. Okay, so for those of you who are looking carefully and guessed absolutely nothing, you're right. Nothing wrong with this picture at all. Hayman Island. This is how it looks below decks. We're cruising along. Don't know if it's focusing in the right place, probably not. Anyway, nice out here. Well, it was quite a display by some whales there. Unfortunately, I think I caught one tail going up in the air and that was about it. But, yeah, it looks like a small one that was breaching. This is Hook Passage, just going in there where those boats are. And False Nara, and of course Nara where that boat is coming out. Not of course, it is. So yeah, Whitsunday Island, Whitsunday Cairn, and now Hook Island, which is where I'm heading for, but up the other end. Getting close to Stonehaven now. It almost feels like my other home, really. Just looking back at the beautiful open waters here of Whitsunday Passage Channel, whatever it is. Airlie Beach, cruise ship there. Amazing. You probably can't see it, but you can actually see Gloucester Island in the misty distance. So yeah, been all around here. End of a perfect day. Here in Stonehaven now, and look at that sun going down. Now that's going down right on Gloucester Pass. Okay, Gloucester Passage, Gloucester Pass. That's Gloucester Island on the right-hand side of the sun. And if you want to know more about that, look for my videos on shaggers in Gloucester Island. Yeah, I spent a great few days over there. Just at a rendezvous with 100 boats or more. So yeah, a special place. But look at that sun going down. Hey. Right over the pass. That's fantastic.
Just before the sunset video was taken, there was a great display of whales right here. Check my video, The Whales of Stonehaven, to get a look at what went on. Thank you for watching another Fast Forward to Queensland video. As always, don't forget to like, comment on YouTube and subscribe to Dawn Radar.